Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Ryan. I'm a senior at Bridgewater State. And this is my speech. Okay. Have you ever had a day when nothing goes right? Well, I did. The day for me when nothing went right just happened to be the first day of my internship. I'm someone who likes to make a good first impression. Now granted, I know you can't please everyone, nor do I want to. To quote Lisa Barlow, you don't have to like me, I love myself enough for the both of us. That's a Real Housewives of Salt Lake City reference to those of you. That being said, this was my first day, and I wanted my future co-workers to think highly of me. I think it's safe to assume that most people would. Leading up to the first day, I had an overwhelming sense of nervousness. I had never taken public transportation before, and while I thought the idea of taking public transit was exciting and I liked that steps towards independence, I was terrified. Like, what is the difference between the red, orange, and green line? What do inbound and outbound mean? And don't even get me started on the buses, which are a whole other beast, and it just turns out that's the only way I can get to my internship. Great. So the first day finally arrives, I run into some other fellows at the bus stop. I had a feeling this commute wasn't going to go well, but I followed the crowd because of my lack of self-confidence. I ended up taking the wrong bus, which ended up going in the wrong direction of my internship site, and I had to take an Uber in a last-ditch effort. Looking back, I wish I had trusted myself more and believed that I had somewhat an idea of where I was going. It was my commute after all. If I did that, I don't think I would have ended up being a half hour late on my first day. I couldn't shake the feeling that I made a horrible impression. Still to this day, I know that it wasn't the best. I felt like an imposter and struggled to believe that I belonged in this program. I'd been taking online classes for 2 years and got comfortable with that, but I took a chance in what I'd experienced in the workforce. It wasn't until the following Saturday that I started to see a glimmer of hope for myself and my ability to navigate the city. My internship, the Sustainable Business Network of Massachusetts, was throwing its biggest event of the year, the Boston Local Food Festival. Food vendors from around the surrounding states would be coming together at the Rose Kennedy Greenway. My coworkers had asked if I would be willing to volunteer because they would need all the help they could get. This was going to be an all-day event, so I got to the Greenway on time at 6:30 a.m. to help set up. Did I take a few wrong turns along the way? Absolutely. But in my defense, it was still dark out and I was very, very tired. Little did I know I would end up volunteering a total of 14 hours. I spent the day being an extra pair of helping hands wherever I was needed. And I was able to do more networking than I'd ever imagined, as well as feeling like I made more meaningful connections with those within my internship. If I could go back and tell my past self anything about this experience, I would tell him to take a deep breath and trust the process. The hardest part will be taking that first step of putting yourself out there. Understand that not everything is going to work out the way you want, but despite the challenges you might encounter, to not underestimate the importance of showing up every single day. And even on your worst day, it might not be as bad as you think it is. You simply have to ride the wave. Thank you.